welcome. I'm Harrison Kendall, U.S. Army veteran. I was with 1st Infantry Division, 1/6 Field Artillery, as a 13 Bravo Field Artillery crewman. I was disabled on my tour at FOB, Forward Operating Base Salerno, in Afghanistan during Operation Enduring Freedom in 2011. It is wonderful that you're taking the time to join us to review an incredible investment opportunity in my company, SDVOSB Materials, Technology, and Supply, LLC, and our LabTECH Environments Division. I'll explain the unusual company name in a bit. A little more about me. I chose to join the Army right out of high school to serve my country and protect our citizens. I can remember the 9/11 attacks on New York City and Washington, D.C., and the brave souls of Flight 93, and wanted to do my part for the good of our country. Just like my grandfather, Bill Kendall, did in World War II, and my great-grandfather, Harry Kendall, did in the trenches of the Meuse-Argonne in World War I, where he was gassed. Thankfully, he returned home, and he was a service-disabled veteran as well. After my tour, I went to New York City, went to college, got my degree, and went on to work as a model and background actor. If you're an avid viewer of Law & Order, you probably saw me. And I was on the cover of a Simplicity catalog. It was fun, but it really was not supporting my need to serve our nation and to make a living. In 2017, I found out about service-disabled, veteran-owned, small business set-asides, and let me introduce my father and my COO, Jonathan Kendall. It's his story. Jonathan?
Hi, everyone. Great to have you join us. I'm Jonathan Kendall, COO and advisor to our CEO, Harrison, and I'm the gray hair of the organization. As you can see from the picture, that's me way there over on the right at one of my first projects back in the early 80s at University of Maryland College Park. So my background is I started my technology company in 1985 after years in a variety of tech jobs back in the Stone Age of technology. And I like to repeat, 1985, right before Tech Bubble 1.0. I came to understand that people were not integrating technology into the built environment. They were simply tacking it on, not truly integrating it into the environment, the pedagogy, and the research mission. We worked to integrate technology, equipment, and furniture into primarily academic medical centers. Johns Hopkins, Harvard Medical, Stanford Medical, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, Central Michigan University, plus hundreds more. And I worked with some of the top architect and architectural and engineering firms across the nation, including IMPay, Robert Stern, HOK, RTKL, Ellerby Beckett, and Smith Group JJR. We grew, and we went public on NASDAQ in 1996 through a reverse merger, and then grew like crazy again. We were a very unique enterprise, a true integration company that included planning, design, installation, and management of voice, data, video, media, cabling, infrastructure, furniture planning, equipment selection, and installation. It was truly a wild time. Labs, teaching, ORs, exam rooms, administration, all needed help. I retired in 1999 right before Tech Crash 1.0, and then did only cutting-edge health teaching and research projects, such as the Cooper Medical School in Camden, New Jersey, the Life Sciences Research Institute at University of Michigan, and the Gedelski Hospital and also the 911 Center and the School of Nursing at the University of Maryland Medical Systems in Baltimore. So anyway, back to the story. I was sitting in a meeting of people on Long Island, New York, who said they wanted to help veterans. As my son, father, and grandfather were all veterans, I was all over it. But it became apparent pretty quickly there was a lot of bluster and hot air, and I was about to leave. The fellow next to me said out loud, "Oh, I sure wish I knew a veteran. There's special government procurement set-asides for service-disabled veteran-owned small businesses." I called Harry on the train back to the city, and he started the company the next week, and he never looked back. He earned his first contract in December of that year and delivered and got paid in January of 2018. Over the last 5 years, the company has worked with, just to name a few, the Department of Veterans Affairs, the VA, NASA, National Guard, Defense Logistics Agency, West Point Military Academy, NYU, CUNY and SUNY, and a huge number of state and federal agencies as well. We've grown and we've focused our major efforts on what the market is asking for in a wide open area of business with a solid team of experienced experts. That's laboratory integration.
SDVOSB Laboratory and our LabTECH Environments Division is a national full-service solutions provider and integrator of lab facility-focused equipment, furniture, and supplies. We are a certified diversity supplier for commercial business and federal, state, and local government buyers. Owned and managed by veterans, we do what we say we will do. That is to say, we plan, provide, and install well-planned equipment, furniture, products, and services into the lab health environments to meet the exact requirements of our clients. We bring laboratories to life. As an award-winning, certified SDVOSB, I meant to mention that, what is an SDVOSB? It is a government set-aside program only for service-disabled, veteran-owned, small business. We're also HubZone certified by the SBA and Disability In certified disabled diversity supplier. With an experienced team of combat veterans and family, we have a clear vision at SDVOSB Materials Tech and Supply LLC to assist our community, businesses, and organizations with our core capabilities. They are SDVOSB Laboratory, SDVOSB Furniture, SDVOSB MRO, SDVOSB Material Handling and Logistics. And we are award-winning too. We earned the VetCon Patriot Warrior Enterprise Award from New York State and the Earl G. Rubel Diverse Enterprise of the Year Award by the Healthcare Supplier Diversity Alliance that is presented to, quote, a diverse enterprise that has demonstrated its excellence in service, quality, and assurance of supply within the healthcare industry. Such enterprise represents a good model for other MWVBEs and may serve as a mentor to them, end quote. The opportunity is huge. In this era of DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, we are a company at the leading edge in an exploding market and with the correct federal, state, and national diversity certifications to move ahead quickly with the right tools and investment. So let's see if there's a fit.
Questions you should ask yourself. 1. How is the money that you are earning growing now? 2. Are you making enough in your investment returns to stay ahead? 3. Are you looking to invest into something that could be a home run? 4. Are you satisfied with your current investment strategy? 5. Do you have $500 to $1 million discretionary funds to invest? 6. Do you support diversity initiatives that meet your personal and financial goals? 7. Do you support the people who served our country and to protect your future? 8. Do you want to work with people who are committed, loyal, hardworking, intelligent, honorable, and have integrity and courage? These are the traits of U.S. military veterans. If you answered yes to any of these questions, or better yet, all the questions, there could be a fit, a strong investor-to-business relationship.
Let me say right here what my personal goal is today. It is to have you invest in SDVOSB right after this webinar because you believe in the vision, the desire to help our nation, and the opportunity for return on your investment. I want to make sure you like our capabilities and the market space we're going after. We are here to serve you, our stakeholders, my team of veterans, family, and professionals, and our entire nation's health. Nothing is more important than health. As we've seen from the past 3 years, health is fragile, and with a broken infrastructure, it is impossible to get the best solutions to protect our citizens. Okay, so let's get back to the opportunity to do good and do well.
There are 3 key points to address. 1. What kind of company could be a home run investment? 2. How can you be in early with a hot, proven, awarded company on the ground floor with a manageable investment? 3. How is it possible to make a great return with an investment in SDVOSB? How can you see that a company could be a home run? First, see that the company is addressing a problem in a huge market with the, quote, secret sauce to gain sales, revenue, and growth. The market should have trillions of dollars, pay quickly, and has huge requirements in a specialty area that has a high barrier to entry.
So let's look at the details. A little more about us and our team's capabilities. SDVOSB Laboratory, a division of award-winning SDVOSB Materials, Technology, and Supply LLC, founded in 2017 with stable growth, is a certified diversity supplier and digitally driven integrator of laboratory and LabTECH environment solutions to plan, design, install, integrate, certify and manage laboratory facilities, supplies and equipment in science, research, healthcare, safety, and education markets. From pipettes to innovative lab tech safety and virtual reality, AI, the Internet of Things connected devices, we foresee our growing tech-rich network of industry professionals, industry-specific catalogs, e-commerce capabilities, and supply chain management services to enable our clients to procure and manage a broad mix of products branded, manufactured, and supplied by SDVOSB Laboratory, third-party partners, and original equipment manufacturers. We are a proven, full-service, veteran-led laboratory integrator and diversity supplier in this exploding market sector. The main source of revenue is lab safety, environmental monitoring, and physical cybersecurity integration, equipment sales and installation, lab testing and certification, equipment management and updating, lab automation through robotics, collaborative laboratory communication systems, planning and consulting. This is to lock everyone else out right at the beginning of a project. The problem and our foundation. An aging population in the West, growing healthcare in emerging markets, new technologies and therapeutics, new legal and safety requirements, concerns about lab safety, and, of course, the COVID-19 pandemic are driving the industry. The pandemic has just ravaged the country and the world, while the supply chain has faltered and left many researchers without the lab equipment and environments to do their critical work. At the same time, a wave of understanding of the requirement for equity for underserved groups who have committed their lives for the safety of the nation has taken hold in America. Most importantly, the pandemic closed many labs, not allowing the professionals to do any work. This led SDVOSB Laboratory to begin work on our exclusive e-laboratory concept environments that allow important work and collaboration to continue under any conditions. Now, at a time when the world is still in an unprecedented global pandemic, a new report on the CDC and NIH gave very poor marks to the agency, and we can assist there. The impact of laboratory infrastructure and advanced laboratory design has never been more profound. This opens a gap in the laboratory infrastructure needed to meet the needs of the industry. We fill this lab infrastructure gap.
Across scientific, education, and health-related laboratory communities, people are planning a digital transformation to execute key technology strategies to create the digitally enabled laboratory of the future. We can implement that vision. Our philosophy is to reimagine the laboratory, not repackage it with a digital veil. Rather than just digitize the old analog processes from the last century, we reimagine the laboratory utilizing advanced technology and automation, visualization, virtual reality, supply chain, and information management. Clients are looking to implement more effective device connectivity, applications that can streamline processes, and tools and techniques to increase safety and efficiency. This will be the cornerstone of our proposed R&D effort, fast-tracked by this investment.
We are in the sweet spot now and ready to deliver. Veterans know how to prepare for a battle. The health and well-being of the citizens of the world is the end game. Safety and efficiency are our mantras for our laboratory of the future. The market? Well, the market is huge. The federal budget set-aside requirements, the government contractor market budget, the government grant market budget, and the commercial market budget. The secret sauce? Our hard-earned diversity supplier certifications, and our unbelievably talented team with many vets.
I'll take a minute to explain the diversity supplier arena. For many years, small businesses have been given special access to government procurements. Programs like 8A, minority and women-owned businesses have been common suppliers in the government market, and more recently, the government has seen fit to certify others. People who made the choice to serve our country honorably and protect our citizens, and those who commit to operate their business in historically underserved neighborhoods and hire and support their community and the nation.
My company is federally certified for two important categories. One, I am a 100% certified service-disabled veteran, and from day one, we have held the coveted SDVOSB certification administered by the VetBiz CVE program at the VA. Second, I moved my business headquarters to Fort Myers, Florida, and it is located in a hub zone. So let's dive in. SDVOSB, as described earlier, is a special diversity supplier certification for all federal government agencies that sets a 3% minimum goal for procurement from certified service-disabled, veteran-owned small businesses owned at least 51% by a service-disabled veteran. All government agencies, 3% minimum set-asides with trillions of dollars of funding every year. Only one agency has exceeded their SDVOSB and by a landslide. Can you guess who? It's the VA. Thank you, VA. Hub Zone stands for Historically Underutilized Business Zone and is a federal small business administration program. Our company leadership has invested in a property in a Hub Zone, Historically Underutilized Business Zone, for our headquarters in Fort Myers, Florida, and has received this special diversity supplier certification. The Hub Zone diversity supply regulations set an additional minimum 3% set-aside requirement for U.S. federal government agencies like U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, NIH, CDC, USDA, FDA, etc., with a $1.6 trillion budget. Not one of the government agencies are meeting their Hub Zone requirement, or have ever met them. We're here, HHS. Can you imagine no federal agency? We'll use this to expand our market even further. They need to know we exist, have a proven track record, and are structured to deliver. Marketing investment.
And that's just the federal government with a $1.6 trillion omnibus budget this time this year. But that's not inclusive of all the spending. For example, from the U.S. Treasury website, in fiscal year 2022, the government spent $6.27 trillion. The top spends that relate to us are health, national defense, Medicare, education, training and employment, and of course veterans benefits and services. So let's do some math and check the size of this market. If they spend about, say, $26 billion on consultants and $100 billion on goods and services, 3% is $3.6 billion to be set aside for SDVOSB and Hub Zone companies. If we get 1% of the set-aside amount, that's $72 million in revenue.
And then there are the government contractors. These companies, such as Lockheed Martin, Boeing, General Dynamics, Raytheon, the list goes on. They too have a 3% SDVOSB plus a 3% Hub Zone requirement. Okay, now for U.S. federal grants, let's just look at NIH grants because they will probably need lab equipment, right? NIH awards more than 60,000 research and training grants. These are the top grantees. All these grants have an SDVOSB and Hub Zone requirement too. Pretty soon we're talking real money.
But there's more opportunity. The states have similar programs. As an example, we're registered as an SDVOB with the state of New York. They have a 6% minimum set-aside requirement. And the large agencies with the exact projects we can support are not meeting their 6% SDVOB requirements. Add Florida, Ohio, Massachusetts, New York City, Virginia, Maryland, all have set-asides too. But really, we're not even close to outlining all the opportunities to grow.
We also have all the major corporations and universities that have a desire to support small, diverse business. It is a feel-good strategy, but with the current wave of diversity, equity, and inclusion, they are feeling the heat if they do not have a measurable program. So we are here to assist them meet the goals. And it works. Not only do the buyers have set-aside goals, but the sellers do too. The perfect example is Thermo Fisher Scientific. This is a $40 billion publicly traded laboratory equipment supplier. $40 billion in revenue. One that shows the size of this market. 2, they have goals to utilize us as their SDVOSB and HubZone reseller to advance their corporate diversity supplier requirements. We are already a certified Thermo Fisher reseller and sold a lot of their equipment to West Point Military Academy and CUNY. The sky is the limit. The sellers get the diversity credit, the buyers get the diversity credit, we sell and hopefully install the equipment at a nice markup. Equipment the buyer needs to buy anyway. The seller still gets the sale, the price is pretty much the same, so it's a win-win-win, and I like win-win-wins.
Billion-dollar companies like Thermo Fisher, Eaton, MSC are teamed with us to sell to their clients. They trust us, and we've delivered for them. Very scalable with the right investment and sales and delivery capabilities. Okay, trillions of dollars being spent, mandates to buy from companies like ours. What else is there? Well, let's look at the market we're just beginning to capture, the commercial pharma, biotech, life sciences, and research market. The numbers are staggering. As we mentioned earlier, companies want to show a solid diversity supplier portfolio just for their internal procurements. Great, we can help with that. Let's say the pharma industry alone. Only the top 10 companies generate $500 billion in revenue and are consistently changing, improving, and upgrading their labs across the country and around the world. A small slice of that is big money.
So it looks like the stars are aligning for 2023. But there are roadblocks to our nation's health that are opportunities for us in our market sector too. New COVID variants popping up, lab safety still an issue, a lack of preparedness and response over the last 3 years, as outlined by U.S. Senator Gary Peters, a Democrat from Michigan, in the December 2022 report to Congress that showed many failures and significant, unfortunate loss of life, suffering and economic upheaval and devastation that was not inevitable. We are ready to grow and serve our nation with true, tested, proven, and consistent laboratory environments that can quickly get answers for the users, are agile to improve quickly, technology-rich to find answers, and allowing the route work to be completed 24/7 as viruses and germs do not sleep, automated to enhance productivity, and especially safe to not release the bad stuff while keeping the principal investors and their staff healthy to continue their critical work. So we are in the position to solve the problem of outdated equipment and technology in healthcare, biotech, research, life sciences across government and commercial lab facilities.
So now we can look at number 2. How can you be in early with a hot, proven, awarded company on the ground floor with a manageable investment? Well, now we have crowdfunding. In our case, we've chosen TrueCrowd because of their excellent reputation and industry trust. This allows companies like ours to offer an investment in small amounts to serve a wide variety of investors. Now, anywhere from $500 up to $1 million can be invested, and crowdfunding is the key. We can reach many more people who are looking to invest and want to get a reasonable rate of return and an awesome offer when we go public.
As I said earlier, my goal is to have you click to the TrueCrowd site, log in, and invest for our future. Here's our offering, and we are very excited to get you on board. Go to us.truecrowd.com/equity/offer summary /SDVOSB. That is unusual and awesome. Most offerings are just stock in the company, which could amount to nothing if the company does not sell itself or go public. Plus, we convert the investment into stock in the company at a discount when we go public, and going public is the home run. That is our goal. The potential is incredible.
For as little as $500, you can become an investor in our company, support veterans and veteran-owned businesses, and be at a sweet spot in the health, life sciences, and biotech arena. We're a lab infrastructure company. I like to say the miners during the gold rush didn't make all the money. The folks that sold the picks and shovels made a fortune. We're the picks and shovels company in the laboratory market. Pipettes to centrifuges to lab benches and stools, clean rooms to biosafety cabinets and fume hoods. We can supply and install all of it. And our clients get the same product they already buy and need, and they get to check the box as a supporter of diversity suppliers. Government, commercial, nonprofit, they all win. People will always pay for good health. Being healthy is the single most important part of our existence. So we're the infrastructure company, the equipment supplier for our nation's health community.
In fact, if you look at the stock market from last year, who did well? That's right, healthcare stocks. Do you have $500 to invest in your future or in the future of your children or grandchildren to teach them the power of investing in and supporting veterans? You sure do not want to miss out. Waiting could mean missing the opportunity. A few years from now, you hear about this veteran-owned company that is $100 a share, and it is us? And you could have been a part of servicing our nation's health, supporting veterans, and getting a solid return? If you move now, you can get on board and start earning your interest, better interest than a bank. So, right now, click over to us.truecrowd.com and scroll down to our LabTECH Environments profile with the American flag picture and click that. If you're new to the site, just click Create New Account and get set up. Easy, then invest in an exciting opportunity and a huge market with our secret sauce as a diversity supplier. So thanks again. Do we have any questions?